What's up, Saluki Nation? I'm here with one of the best to ever do it, the long time, the legend, the voice of the Salukis, Mike Reis. Let's just start with, I know what SAU basketball has meant to me and is obviously still meaning to me and my family. What is, SAU basketball meant to you?
The most important thing that I've done. I've met so many great people and seen the ups and the downs, and to be part of it, it's what I miss most. Now, Coach, I miss being around you, your assistants, the players on an almost everyday basis. The average age of my friends, because I'm not around players anymore, has gone from 30 to 60. So it's much different, but it means the world to me. It really does. Saluki basketball.
Yeah, it's
gets in your blood.
Oh yeah, and it's. Even for coaching, it's not the same as playing, and what you miss most from a player to coaching aspect is the locker room, the camaraderie, you never have that again, once you stop being a player, and coaching's the second closest thing you have to it, and I think that's why all of us coaches are still in it. But I know the role that you've played in so many lives of Saluki fans and how important, and people grew up listening to you, and a lot of Saluki basketball resonates with Mike Reis, and just in terms of the history of our program, has anything stood out to you in terms of why this program has been so successful over decades after decades after decades?
Well, the thing that has remained consistent, even when the attendance has fluctuated, is the interest in the sport. Attendance will always be based on winning, Coach. I think that's been proven here. But the interest is always there. When there's 2,000 at a game, that doesn't mean only 2,000 care. When there's 10,000 at a game, or 7,000 now, 8,000 now at a game, or 10,000 back when you played, when the arena held 10,000, that doesn't mean only 10,000 care. There are five-figure people who care all the time and care passionately. And so that's the thing that always struck me. When I came here from St. Viator High School in Arlington Heights, I was a football and baseball guy. I had grown up in Ohio, but I caught the basketball bug here. The 76-77 team is the best team that I've seen here. It was a Sweet 16 team back when the tournament was 32, but I was a student. I wasn't doing the games then. But Mike Glenn and those guys, I caught the bug. I'd be one of those fools running into the game as a student, getting there an hour and a half before the game when the players came out and shot, and we would count Glenn's shots. He'd make one as he made them in a row. We didn't count them if he missed them. But he would make them consecutively, and we'd all be down at that first row, and the student section was by where your bench is now. And we would sit in those bleachers, and we would just count them 1, 2, 3. He was the greatest person in the world, too. But that's where I caught the bug. And then when you want to do the games, and I had my goal of being a play-by-play, a Division I play-by-play right out of school, and then you realize that this is the meal ticket, basketball. You better get good at it, you better get tuned in, and you better like it. And I did, and that's where I caught the bug, was beginning in 76, 77.
I'm with you in terms of the community and just the care factor down here.
I'll tell you what, now I know that means the world to you, and when Bryan folks talks about getting the program to the NCAAs and he cares about that's genuine. And I'll tell you what means more to me in the 5 months since I quit is the fact that two guys who played and were really good players, you and Chris Lowry, coached the team. That's just was the flow of the events at the time. When you're just into it day in and day out, you don't have time really to reflect on it. But I do now. When I sit in the stands now and I watch you work the sidelines, or when I talk to Lowry, or when I think back on the games, like some of my favorite games, and we'll watch one of them in a minute. That means more now, because I knew you as 18-year-olds, and then I eventually knew you as 30-year-olds and coaching the game. And so that means a lot more, because what happens, the older and more senile that you get, like me, the thing that you remember most is the people. I've seen a million games, and so going to games doesn't quite mean as much, but when I see people work in the games, that means a lot now. And to know them when they first started here and to have the bug, as both of you did, and do in your case, that means more to me now than maybe I had an appreciation for then.
Yeah. Sure.
But plenty of big teams, good teams. The 76-77 team is the best team. The mid-90s teams, Coach, you're a Division I head coach now, in my opinion, in part because the mid-90s teams won the tournament and Heron got his program going, because it was laboring the first 3 years. And then he started to hit some NITs, and I don't think I'm in the majority, but I believe that if Heron's program doesn't succeed, that Southern drops down to Division II. So you never come here, let alone become the head coach. And a lot of the Division I stuff that we talk about in some of my best memories don't happen. So that's, so I'm a Division I play-by-play person because his program succeeds. 2002, that Sweet 16. 2007, I'm not going to pick between the two teams. No, I'm not going to pick between the two teams. I will say this, though. I'm not going to totally run away from that point. But when it's the first time, it matters the most. Like 94, 95, the football things that have happened, the baseball things that have happened. The first thing for me that happened on a major national scale was 02, going to the Sweet 16. And so I loved the Georgia game and the Texas Tech game in Chicago when they beat Knight.
For sure.
That was big time stuff, because now Southern played on a large stage, on a big stage. In 07, that was a special team. The Butler game when Tatum hit the step back three, just beginning with walking into the darn building. The day of the game with all, and Southern had to have time tells me it's 7,000 people, but at the time probably 4,000 in that 10,000 seat arena.
Yeah, it was a great atmosphere.
And there was snow up to the roof of Hinkle. That was it was hotter than blazes in there. I thought I was going to get sick, but it was amazing. And then the NCAA tournament games were all great, even the one you didn't win. They were all tremendous games to be part of. Holy Cross. Shaw gets hurt. Tony Boyle becomes the hero. Tony Boyle. And then Virginia Tech. There were and he beat them twice that year. So really, you can't forget about the Orlando tournament that year.
Talking about the Virginia Tech game, that was obviously the game that propelled us to the Sweet 16, and obviously had a great regular season. And we beat Holy Cross. We beat Tony Boyle stepped up huge. Matt Shaw rolled his ankle, so we had a chance to play either Illinois with Coach Weber, or we played Virginia Tech again, and obviously ended up playing Virginia Tech. But
SIU, Virginia Tech, Kentucky, or Kansas will fill out the rest of that bracket.
I know. For us, obviously beating them the first time, we knew they would be ready, and just in terms of being without Matt Shaw, being able to stop their guards, being able to get some steals, push it in transition.
Make a layup, Mullins.
To Bryan on the left wing to the goal, layup 2.
There you go.
My God, look at those shorts.
I know. Oh my God.
Below your knee, isn't that? How about that?
The styles, they change.
Tatum could go get the ball too, couldn't he, in addition to that?
I was a good point guard because I had good players around me. That always helps. That always helps.
Fokker was a double-double in this game. Oh. Was that you at the half?
Yeah.
Oh.
20 points we held them to.
How about that?
They had 3 really good guards.
Fokker turns, throws back out to Mullins. At the point, Tatum rises a 3, banking in. Oh, when you're Superman, you can do stuff like that.
That's a good guard. Even when he banks it.
It's a good way to start the second half. It's good momentum.
You're the higher seed. You're in white. Oh,
there you go.
Takes a screen from Fokker. Bryan spins, goes to the goal and put it in. Oh, that was an NBA spin. Was that Bryan Mullins who made that play? What a spin in the lane.
Yeah.
Everyone says that was luck, but that was high off the glass, over a shot blocker.
I believe the call was that Bryan Mullins? And then that was one of the daggers. Yeah. You guys hit threes. That put you up by 15.
Dribble, almost walked, gave it up to Green. Green dumps it off. Tatum, shot clock expired, got it! Jamal Tatum, 56-41. Might go to the Sweet 16 on Jamal Tatum's three-pointer in the left corner.
And God, the shots that Tatum hit that were big. including this one, 17.
I didn't know. I forgot I got up to 17.
Yeah.
9.1 left in the bone. He will hold it. The Sweet 16 is even sweeter when SIU's in there. And the Dogs are Sweet 16 for the second time in 5 years. They take down Virginia Tech 63-48.
That's my favorite. That's the favorite game from when you played.
Yeah.
Because I mean the stakes were so high.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, it was an awesome game to be a part of, and you know, obviously there's still frustration from the next game after this one, but it was an unbelievable year, unbelievable experience, great group of guys, coaching
Yes.
staff, you know, and obviously, you know, you were with us every step of the way on the buses, on the planes, in the hotels, you know, and it's been an incredible journey.
Well, I appreciate your role in my career.
And
As I told you when I stepped down, you got the double header in that you were a player and a coach.
For sure.
And our relationship has meant the world to me
Yeah.
in good times and in not so good times.
Yeah.
And so I want to thank you in this setting.
No, I appreciate it. Thanks for
Thanks.
having me, Mike. Appreciate
My
it.
pleasure. Thanks for having me.
For sure.
I like this role reversal.
That's it. I'm done.